in earlier class we have discussed like how to download the Eclipse and how to install the Eclipse. The moment you install the Eclipse, you can able to see this Eclipse icon. So in Mac you can see Eclipse, and you can in Windows also you can see the Eclipse icon. So we have to start here, and when you click on this, it will tell you that create a workspace or work directory. So what it is mean, basically when you create some project in IDE, integrated development environment, all the project will be located in this place. So what will happen, so we will open this Eclipse and we will create the new projects. So all the project will be stored in this specific location. So this is your choice. You can use your convenient folder to create our new project. So this is the workspace. So this is nothing but we are storing or we are saving our projects in this specific location. So when you click on that launch, Eclipse will be launched actually. So this is Eclipse IDE 2021-3, third month release actually it is. Okay, right. So here you can see this panel, left side. This is the Project Explorer. This is the Project Explorer. So there is an option called File to create a simple Java project. It is completely standalone Java project, and it is having the only like basic Java project hierarchy, that means directory, right? So we are not creating any web-based application. It is a simple Java project which is included only core Java related stuff, right? So what are the different steps that we have to create the simple project, first project? So first thing is you have to click on file and click new, and you have to select the Java project. Okay, here I'm giving Neon program. So always recommended to use the uppercase letter for a project name and a class name. So project name should be uppercase. If I give the small case, it should be like not proper naming convention or proper, it is not a proper naming standards. So always you should use the uppercase letter for a project name. It should start with the uppercase letter. So I'm giving the project name is Nehan and click on the finish. It will create the new project. So here it is asking for module name. So there will be an info file will be generated where this information will store. I am not creating. So here I am selecting don't create it. Now the project is created. If you expand this project, there is JRE system library and SRC. So what is JRE system library here? Basically, to run a specific our Java program, whatever that you are writing, so that requires the couple of predefined classes to execute it. So all the predefined classes will be present in this specific JRE library. So JRE library having all the predefined classes which is required to execute our Java class. So this is the first step. Once you are done with this one, there will be SRC folder. This is nothing but source folder. SRC nothing but source folder. What the source folder contains, basically it will contains the packages and all Java classes. So the moment you're done with creating project, down hierarchy would be SRC. In SRC down hierarchy would be package. So to create new package, click on the SRC, click new and create package. Okay, so here the second rule, basically package name should be minimum 2 words and it should be separated with a dot. Else hello demo and separated with a dot. And here one more condition. When you create a package name, always recommended to use the small case letters, no uppercase. Because two things could, like here you have to Remember two things. One is while creating the project, you have to use the uppercase. When you creating the package, you have to use the lowercase, and it should contain the two words, and it should be separated with the dot, right? So com.demo, this is package. So now we have done with the two hierarchies. One is a project hierarchy top, and SRC is second hierarchy, and third one is package. Next one is class, first Java class that we are going to create it. Click on the package, new class. First class we are creating, that is hello world. Okay, done. So now we are created the class. So hierarchy, you must aware of. First hierarchy is project. Project contains SRC. SRC contains package. Package contains classes. Right? So this is the hierarchy. Project hierarchy. Okay. So this is how we will create. Our logic will be written in this class. Here, one more thing that we have to remember is when you create a class, always the first letter should be uppercase. First letter should be uppercase, first one. Second, total class name should be camel case. Camel case is nothing but first word, the first letter should be uppercase, and the second word, first letter should be uppercase. Right? So this is the second condition. Just you have to remember these two things. When you create the class name, first letter should be uppercase, and the second word, first letter should be uppercase. If you're having the multiple words with that class name, each and every time the first character should be uppercase. So this is the second constraint that we have to remember, right? Right, public class hello world. Perfect. So now we are done with creating the class. So now if I ask you to define what is project, so if I ask you to define what is project, project is set of, project is contains set of packages, classes, etc. together is called the project. SRC is called set of packages is called source. Package is called set of classes is called package. What is class? So this, what are the basically what are the things that will be available in the class that we are going to discuss one by one level. See here, what is the hierarchy in a class that we will discuss. The main hierarchy of the project is project, SRC, package, and classes. So this is how the hierarchy will be there, and this is how we will create the class. So what does a class contains that we will going to discuss, but the higher hierarchy for a simple Java project is project, SRC, package, and classes, right? So we will come back to this class. What class contains? Basically, class contains the first one is methods. Class contains the methods and constructors and variables and data types and constants. This all combining together is called the class. Class will have the methods, and class will have the constants, and class will have the variables, and class will have the data types, and class will have the constants. So these all things combination together is called the class. So in the first class, what we are going to discuss basically, so we will start with the simple Java class with simple main method. Okay. So this is one of the method. So we'll discuss about what is this method and why we should have the main method to run the Java class. The first class which we have created is hello world. To run this class, we should have the main method. So let me print it first and I will explain everything later. System dot out dot println. Right. So let me run as Java application, and you can see here hello, which we are printing, that is printing. So the steps to run a Java program is, the moment you're done with writing your class, right click, run as Java application. It will print like output in the console tab. There will be a tab called console. Whatever the sysout statements that we are adding, that will be that we can see in the console window. Right. So we'll discuss with the steps why we need the main method, what the main method will do. Right. The first, we have created the Java class. In the Java class, we have added the main method. This is one of the method, and this is the static method. So what is static, I'm not going to discuss. What is public, I'm not going to discuss. And what is void, I'm not going to discuss. And what this contains, string args, I'm not going to discuss. There will be dedicated classes where we will discuss everything. Here I wanted to show the hierarchy and all structures, that is all the elements that is presented in the class I wanted to show. So that's where I'm just giving the overview, high level overview. So main is one of the method. So why we need the main method? Basically, to run our Java application, main method is mandatory. Now, why main method is mandatory? Very important question. Why main method is mandatory? Right? The moment you run this Java application, as we discussed, JVM is Java Virtual Machine. This is the sandbox virtual machine. JVM will always look for the main method. If that class having the main method, execution will be started. If that class does not have the main method, then it will not even allow you to run. See, for example, if I am removing this and do right click and see run as, you cannot see the recommendation run as Java program. The reason, because it is mandatory to run a Java program, we should have the main method. So if you have the main method, you can able to write it. So here couple of things that you have to understand. Let me tell you the shortcuts also, how to create a main method. You just write main method and control space. Control plus space is for main method. Just write this main and control space. When you click the control space, the first recommendation that you can see is main method. So no need to write this one. You may get the grammar mistakes and all. So to avoid that, you click on the main and control space. You can able to see the public static void main. So this is the method, right? So this is mandatory to run our Java class. So you understood what is main method. So if you wanted to run the Java class, main method is mandatory, because JVM will look for the main method. After that only execution will start. Without main method, it is not allowing us to run, right? So you're done with the first step, that is you have to create a main method in the class to run our Java application, right? We'll come back to the next step. See, here I wanted to create something. I wanted to perform some operation. For example, here what I'm trying to achieve is, I wanted to achieve the addition. So I wanted to perform the addition operation. So to perform the addition operation, I am giving 1 plus 2 equals to 3. So anyway, 1 plus 2 equals to 3, I know, but I wanted to print out as 3. So what is required here to print 1 plus 2 equals to 3? If you are giving 1 plus 2 equals to 3, will the system understand? No, because system cannot understand what you are trying to ask. There will be data types that we have to provide. See, for example, system is doing all the things. That's why I will ask add Nagesh plus 2. will the system will do, there is some restrictions that is adding. See, when you ask for addition, there is some rules that you have to follow, like that there is set of rules was there. To achieve set of rules, there is couple of data types that they have introduced actually, to what type of data that you are providing and how you are asking that validation will be done. See, you're asking a computer to addition Nagesh plus 10, that is not possible. Then how the Java will restrict us to give the proper commands to execute that? So that will be done by using the data types here. So here I will give you one high level syntax. This syntax we will use. In this syntax, what is data type, what is variable, what is constant, I will define. In details, what is the data types, how many data types that is present, we will discuss in the data types class. Right here, I just wanted to show you the hierarchy and what kind of elements will be present in the class. That's why I'm explaining what is the specific value name. So what that name will do, how many types of variables is there, how many types of data types is there, that we are not discussing. We will have the dedicated class that we are going to discuss. Right, so here we have the data type. The syntax will be, when you declare here, the syntax will be data type and variable equals to constant. Right, data type variable equals to constant. It is always this kind of syntax you have to use. So here int x equals to 10, if I declare like this means int is a data type, x is the variable, and 10 is the constant. So let me repeat one more time. Here int is the data type, x is the variable, and 10 is the constant. So now what is int will do, what x will do, what 10 will do. So int is telling me that, so I wanted to assign some value to x. Int is telling me and restricting me, boss, you just assign the integer value to the x, you cannot assign some string name to the x. See, for example, if I'm writing like this, so it will give me the compile time error. It is showing that, boss, whatever you have written, that is not correct. So Nagesh cannot resolve as a variable because this data type is restricting me. See, if you wanted to declare x value and if you wanted to give as a 10, then you can mark the data type as int. So it will allow me to initialize any of the integer value, 100, 10, whatever the value I can give, but that should be a number, that should be an integer. So who is like deciding whether I have given right or wrong? That will be decided by the data type. So if you are writing Nagesh here, it is telling, boss, that is not the case, you should not write Nagesh, because that is allows only integer value. That x always you have, sorry, the x value always you should give the integer value, you should not give the name. That's what that int is telling data type. Here x stands for a variable, means who is allocated by the specific value, that is variable. Constant is some value that we are assigning to the variable. So that is the three high level like syntax for the data type, variable, constants. This is how the syntax will be looks. Second point, int x y equals to 20 I have defined, and int z equals to x plus y. Here one more thing I wanted to discuss. What is that is, basically here you are telling z equals to x plus y. So now my question is, how Java will knows I am asking Java to add these two variables, x comma y variables? How that will be done? How the system will understand? I will come to the main point. JRA. JRE will have the predefined classes. Already they have written in these classes multiple in this jars multiple packages. Inside the multiple packages we have the multiple classes where they have defined set of rules. Boss, if the person is adding this plus symbol, that is nothing but addition. He is asking you to add these two values. So that set of instructions was defined in the JRE system libraries, right? If you enter int and how this is recommending all the steps, all the information, pre-instructions was defined in the JRE, Java Runtime Environment System Library. Here they have defined all the instructions. Okay, based upon that instructions, it will start executing, right? So now I wanted to print the value whether that is executed or not. This is one more shortcut, SYSO, to add the sysout statement. Sysout is nothing but this is kind of a print statement. In detail I will discuss in a different class. So sysout statement means if you wanted to print something in a console, we have to add the sysout statement, SYSO and control space. You can see the first recommendation, that is sysout, and when you click, everything will be generated. Here the system is predefined Java class. So as I told, it was present in the java.long package. Who written this one? This is written by the Oracle. Oracle is written and they have converted it to dot class file, dot java to dot class file, and they have stored it. So that is the one. And if you see out, so out is basically a kind of variable. Here we can see that is print stream actually. So that's how they are declaring, and we will discuss in detail in next classes actually. And this is one of the method. Okay, println is one of the method. So this we will discuss in the next class. Here my goal is to show you like high level elements that will be present in the class. Okay, here if you print Z, so what it will print, and you can do the control S, and you can run as a Java application, and it is printing 30. So here what we have discussed in this class, we have created a simple Java project, and where we have printed a sysout statement, first one, and second one we have added two variables, that is x comma y, and we have added these two values. We did the addition and we are printing this result of x plus y. So in this class we have just understood the how to create the project, what are the elements that is present in the project, and what is the project directory or hierarchy, and inside the class what are the key elements that will be present. So in the next class what we are going to discuss, what is data types and how many data types are there, what is variable and how many types of variables is there, and what is constant. So this we will learn in the next class. Next class will be methods, next class will be constructor, so that you should be able to create a class the way how you want. So after understanding what is data type and what is a variable, what is the constant, what is the method, what is the constructor, once you understand that, you should be able to create own class the way you want, right? So I'm done with this class.